Today's video is based on a series of explosive allegations brought directly to me by a whistleblower with firsthand knowledge of what's happening inside a Brazilian medical network tied to multiple IFBB Pro and Mr. Olympia athletes. Okay. This individual has chosen to remain completely anonymous out of fear for their safety in Brazil. But their direct connection to the people performing these procedures and to the athletes allegedly involved gives these claims a level of credibility that cannot be ignored. This whistleblower claims they witnessed permanent PMMA muscle enhancement procedures being done on high-level athletes. Okay, they told me, and I quote, "Please do not reveal who I am. They will hurt me in Brazil." All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And I'm going to do a hot take kind of / expose on a particular topic that has kind of made the rounds on social media. But I've been in contact with a whistleblower with regards to Natalia Coelho. And this is very important. So bear with me as I'll be looking down at my statement here that I have written. I want to be very precise, concise with what I'm saying. I don't want to miss any details here, as these are very bold allegations and claims being made against Natalia. Okay, 2025 Miss Olympia women's physique champion who beat out 4-time women's physique champion Sarah Villegas. And Sarah was not happy about that, as you saw by her post, alluding to oil in the quads and in Natalia. So I'm going to jump into this, and I want to reiterate how important this is, because these are major allegations. Okay, so just bear with me as I read through the statements here. And we go into this. Okay. Now, what I'm about to show you may be one of the biggest scandals in a long time in bodybuilding. Okay. I will present screenshots, public posts, and statements made by this whistleblower.
Every rep starts with fuel. Helix cream of rice, clean carbs, zero sugar, fast digesting energy that hits quick, fuels hard, and never sits heavy. 27 grams of pure carb power. Nothing but rice and real flavor. Proudly made in Canada, built for champions. Grab yours now with code MUSCLEDISCORD. Helix Foods, fuel the work, own the stage.
And I will make it extremely clear. Today's video is based on a series of explosive allegations brought directly to me by a whistleblower with firsthand knowledge of what's happening inside a Brazilian medical network tied to multiple IFBB Pro and Mr. Olympia athletes. Okay. This individual has chosen to remain completely anonymous out of fear for their safety in Brazil. But their direct connection to the people performing these procedures and to the athletes allegedly involved gives these claims a level of credibility that cannot be ignored. Okay. These are allegations. Nothing here is stated in fact. Everyone mentioned is innocent until proven otherwise. But the information in these messages is so explosive that even if 5% of it is true, this could shake up the Mr. Olympia organization to its core. Now, I was contacted by an anonymous whistleblower who claims to have direct personal insight into a Brazilian medical network connected to several IFBB Pro and Mr. Olympia athletes. They claim to have firsthand proximity to the individuals allegedly performing these procedures and to the athletes involved. This whistleblower claims they witnessed permanent PMMA muscle enhancement procedures being done on high-level athletes. Okay. They told me, and I quote, "Please do not reveal who I am. They will hurt me in Brazil." So I'm taking this very serious. This is no joke. And I really want to keep this individual safe. This person sent me over 20 screenshots, video links, and before and after images to support their claims. Again, these are their allegations, not my conclusions. But what they shared with me is pretty shocking. And I'm about to share that with you. Now, the whistleblower alleges the following. Okay. A high-ranking Olympia producer, Tamer El-Guindy, who we all know very well, is allegedly financially connected to a Brazilian doctor who performed PMMA muscle enhancement injections. Okay. Not as a casual acquaintance, but allegedly as a part of a business relationship. Okay. Multiple Olympia and IFBB pro athletes have allegedly visited this doctor for their procedures. Tamer is allegedly the person introducing or bringing these athletes to the doctor, and the whistleblower claims he is allegedly promoting the clinic, allegedly profiting when those athletes do well, allegedly using athletes to market the doctor's work, allegedly running bodybuilding events in Brazil that are connected to this same circle. These are allegations, not confirmed facts, but that is what the whistleblower claims. Now, the doctor allegedly brags openly at the gym about performing PMMA enhancements on Olympia level competitors. And here's the most explosive element. The whistleblower alleges that Tamer's brother, Tarek El-Guindy, is one of the judges at the Mr. Olympia, which he is. Okay, that creates potential ethical disaster. Okay, when I'm discussing this with you guys, this is no joke. This is very serious. Now, again, these are allegations, not verified facts, but if true, this is a textbook case of conflict of interest at the very top of our sport. PMMA, what is it? Polymethyl methyltratic, I can't pronounce that last word, but you guys can Google it yourselves, is a permanent filler injected into muscles to artificially increase size, shape, and fullness. Okay? According to the whistleblower, PMMA is permanent. It looks more realistic than synthol, is extremely hard to detect, carries serious medical risks, can create the appearance of up to 20 plus pounds of muscle pretty much instantly. And as you see, the feature photo here, we're going to get into that. Quite the difference from 2024 to 2025 on Natalia. They claim athletes have had PMMA injections into the quads, lats, delts, arms, chest, and calves. Now, the whistleblower provided video, screenshots, and posts showing these procedures being performed. Okay, all publicly accessible content. Again, these are allegations, not established facts. The whistleblower specifically claims Natalia Coelho, sorry for the last name, they allege Natalia visited the clinic twice, once in late 2024 and again in 2025, and says they personally saw media showing her inside the facility. Sorry, let me get that right. I want to make sure I'm not missing any words here. Now, Fabricio, they claim Fabricio was filmed receiving PMMA injections in his chest. Now, Fabricio is Derek Lunsford's training coach. We're going to get into that. The whistleblower claims Derek Lunsford visited the clinic, but could not confirm what, if anything, he had done. Okay. They said the doctor became very secretive regarding Derek Lunsford. They provided public posts showing Derek with the doctor. We're going to get into the evidence here in a little bit. Okay. Multiple IFBB pros. They sent before and after pictures of competitors showing major changes to their lower bodies. I'm not saying these transformations are unnatural. I'm only showing you what the whistleblower submitted. Okay. Now, the evidence submitted. The whistleblower sent public videos showing PMMA injections, public photos of athletes in the clinic, before and after transformation shots, screenshots of the doctor bragging, promotional material showing Tamer, Fabricio, Derek, and Dr. Fernando. We're going to get into them. Public Instagram videos of Natalia inside the facility, posts from the doctor's page showing identical procedures. Okay. Now let's go into the evidence here. I'm saying all these things. Let's take a look. We're going to get into some of the messages that were sent to me from this whistleblower. Okay, right here. Now I'll read it off to you. It says, I hope you can do something about this corruption because it's so wrong and corrupt. This can make mainstream national news. It is a scandal. I haven't showed this to any other media outlet yet. I'm committed to getting the story out. Dr. Fernando and Tamer are both arrogant, and what they have been doing is very wrong. They are helping Olympia champions cheat with PMMA fillers to win the Olympia so they can benefit together. Natalia's procedure is 100% confirmed, and there's a very, very high possibility that Derek Lunsford did the procedure too. Again, allegations. No proof of that with regards to Derek Lunsford. Next, I'm going to send you videos, links showing Dr. Fernando with Derek Lunsford and Tamer. And I'll show you can't really see there. And also video links showing Natalia Coelho inside the clinic with the doctor. Okay. You can find what Dr. Fernando does on his business page and his personal page. But I also have a video link of how Natalia was in his clinic and links to the injection procedures he does on people. I also send you some pictures of Natalia that have been circulating around Instagram that show her legs before and after, as you can see, as I showed earlier in the video here. It's unbelievable change. It's drastic. It almost looks photoshopped. It's literally insane. And it does look very drastic. This is a big scandal. The producer of the Mr. Olympia, Tamer, who has a brother that currently judges Tarek, El-Guindy, the Olympia, is working with the Olympia athletes to fly to Brazil to receive PMMA injections in this clinic so they can win the Olympia and promote the show's Muscle Contest International. A lot of claims here, guys. A lot of claims. Now, for Fernando, Dr. Fernando directly, if he did the same work on Derek as he did to Natalia, he looked at him. So I guess they're having a conversation about the doctor here and his reaction. He looked at him and smiled and continued doing his bicep curls. So basically what this is saying is this doctor was asked, did you work on Derek Lunsford? And they are saying the doctor just smiled and didn't say anything, which is weird. You should have just said no. So he's very secretive when it comes to Derek Lunsford and potentially getting these PMMA shots. Fabricio, okay, that's Derek Lunsford's training coach. Okay, the guy who trains Derek and Ramon Dino, a little bit in Florida and brought Derek to Brazil. Strange. Okay, is also receiving PMMA filler injections operations in his chest from Dr. Fernando. Okay, I will send you the links in which they did, and we're going to go through that. You will see what's going on. The guy who brought Derek Lunsford to visit Brazil to meet Dr. Fernando is in the video receiving PMMA. Yes, basically, we're going to get into that in a second here. So just reconfirming that information. Dr. Fernando specializes specifically in all body parts such as quads, chest, lats, etc. And he brags about how no one else in the world is able to do what he does. Tamer is his acquisition guy and 50% partner. He brings him all the bodybuilders, including Olympians, and they split the money. He charges $20,000 for a full body operation. Let's go further into this. Now, I'm going to play this here. This is Derek Lunsford's coach, training coach, Fabricio. You can see the injections they've done into the chest with the PMMA. And this is on the Instagram page. It's very accessible to anyone to view this. Pretty public about it. Okay, this is proof. This is facts here. of the work being done on his chest. And then, one could speculate to see how Derek Lunsford's chest grew in less than a year. And it went from being weak to being a better body part for him, especially in the side chest and the side tricep. The side tricep, you can really see the volume of his chest, this boom. Like, it's like, where did that come from? Now, that's a speculation, but you can see it's been done on Derek Lunsford's coach. And you have to ask yourself, why of all the training coaches did Derek Lunsford pick this particular individual from Brazil, another country? I've always wondered what the connection was there. Why was Derek working with this particular coach? Right? Originally Derek was training with Chris Cormier. Chris Cormier was trying to help him out, but then all of a sudden Chris Cormier got kicked to the curb, and then Fabrizio came in to the picture. And I've always wondered, why is Derek all of a sudden just going to Brazil? What's a particular thing? And then Derek visits this clinic, and then just by chance, Derek's training coach is getting these PMMA shots in his chest. Seems weird, but one can speculate the connections there. So there you go, before and after. The shots are in there. And there you see Derek Lunsford's training coach with Dr. Fernando, who does the PMMA injections. Guys. And then you can see Natalia here, with Dr. Fernando promoting the clinic. I mean, guys, I don't know what else to say. This whistleblower has come forward, put forth this information, and here we are. There's proof of a connection here, promoting the clinic. Tamer El-Guindy is very close with Dr. Fernando. So you guys can leave a comment below and tell me what you guys think is going on here. And if you agree with what the whistleblower is alleging here. And if it is true, this is terrible for the sport of bodybuilding. This is not healthy. It's dangerous to have these procedures. It can cause injury. And I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but we saw Derek Lunsford had an injury in his chest, almost tore his pec off. Luckily, it wasn't that serious, but it was still an injury that set him back. Just saying. Again, there's no allegation. There's no evidence of Derek Lunsford having these procedures, but Derek is connected with this clinic and this doctor and his coach, Fabrizio, who had the injections done on himself. And then we're with Sarah, who made an Instagram post after she lost, was very upset, obviously. And she said 7 Olympia medals and all-time winningness for gold. I run into the fire, not from it. Bring it on. What's next for me? If you know me, you already know the answer. I'm definitely not going out by a lightweight oil champion. She got blasted for that. She got blasted for it. But maybe everything's coming around full circle for Sarah with these allegations from this whistleblower. Now, guys, here's why this could become one of the biggest stories in modern bodybuilding in a long time. Okay. An Olympia producer, Tamer, is allegedly financially tied to a clinic that enhances competitors using PMMA injections. The same producer is allegedly bringing athletes to the doctor, promoting the clinic, promoting from the competitive successes of these athletes. His brother Tarek is allegedly judging the Olympia, which he is. Not alleged, he actually does judge the Olympia. Don't be that safe there. Very show these athletes compete in. So there's a conflict there. Athletes may be competing with PMMA, okay, that dramatically alters their physiques. This creates the appearance or reality of a system where one side allegedly enhances competitors while the other side allegedly judges them. This undermines competitive fairness. It compromises judging integrity. It raises athlete safety concerns, and it opposes potential financial and ethical conflicts at the executive level of our sport. This is no longer just a bodybuilding story. This is a sports ethics story, a medical safety story, and a corruption story. A conflict of interest and scandal with global implications. Four-time Miss Olympia champion Sarah Villegas called out Natalie for this, and maybe rightfully so. Now, I want to go in before we wrap it up here. I'm not trying to make this a long video, but there's a lot of details, and I need to be very concise with what I'm saying. These are major allegations, guys. And I found it very interesting with the video here. I'm going to share this right here. All right. Let's just watch this, and then we'll get in after this.
Balances, but let me put you on the spot and don't back down. Do you see, if you see imbalances, which we see a lot, it's part of bodybuilding, okay, right? But this let me finish.
Wow.
Do you see any?
Now, do you notice how defensive Tarek is towards Chris Cormier, who's calling out the kind of odd shape to Natalia's quads?
Anything here illegal? Do you think Natalia Coelho used synthol?
What I have to say is, if I had to be very, very, very honest about it, I would say it's not a normal to have, when you do a squat or whatever, you're not going to normally get a lot of development just on the outside and not on the inside.
So shout out to Chris Cormier for calling it like he sees it, pushing back against Tarek El-Guindy, who, from the whistleblower's allegations, is involved in this whole thing. And if you put two and two together and you connect the dots, it makes sense why Tarek is so defensive in defending Natalia. Because if he's allegedly financially involved in this, I would see why he's defensive. And obviously they're talking about it because it's obvious her quads look suspicious. So they're actually, making note of that on the show. It's not a secret. Other people have mentioned this. Obviously Sarah's mentioned this. So they're calling it out and they're talking about it. But it's just kind of eerie when you watch this back and see how defensive Tarek is.
So, I mean, it could be, questionable. If you have a line that disappears and smooths out when you're clearly in great shape, that could tell you that something's been done there. But some people, you got to put something somewhere, because obviously people are taking something to get bigger or to get harder. But then some people are trying to shape their body in a way to sway the judges, because the judges don't know a lot sometimes.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm about to clock your face.
So the judges
so
I'm about to clock your face right now.
Here's the moral.
So defensive, Tarek. So defensive. Why? You hiding something? I don't know. Just saying. Kind of odd. Chris Cormier, the real deal, man, was calling it out for what he thinks it is, and Tarek got really defensive there, guys. And at the end of the day, you can look at these quads, less than a year's difference transformation. You guys leave a comment below. What do you think's going on? Is that just hard work and training to put on that much size into your quads? Or is this PMMA injections, as the whistleblower is claiming? And you see Tarek El-Guindy, Tamer, you see Fabricio, you see Dr. Fernando, you see Derek Lunsford here. This is the doctor. I don't know, guys. To me, it's very concerning. And I want to get this story out. I want to push this conversation, because when we see things like this in our sport, and you have Sarah losing and being extremely upset and calling it oil, when in actuality it's PMMA, allegedly, these athletes are using this procedure. You have Derek Lunsford's coach using this procedure, allegedly, as we see in the video. One needs to take a step back and realize what's going on here. So I'm going to leave it there with you guys. In the comments, share this video. Leave your thoughts. What does this mean for the sport if more and more athletes are going to do these PMMA injections? Where is our sport going? It's not good. And I'll wait. I will invite Tarek El-Guindy and Tamer to come on the show and defend themselves against these whistleblowers' allegations. These aren't my allegations. I'm just reporting the information that was brought forward to me, like any other news station would do. They have a guest on, they have allegations, they have statements, we have physical evidence here that's public record. We need to dive deeper into this. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Leave your comments below. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, Matt Sinkering here, host of the Muscle Discord podcast. And I want to do a quick plug of my coaching business. I do online coaching as well through my exclusive fitness app, where you have guided workouts to follow, meal plans to follow, all the macros are laid out for you, the cooking instructions. You do weekly check-ins with me, upload your photos, your measurements, and I make adjustments as needed every week for you. So use promo code MUSCLEDISCORD when you sign up, and you'll save 20% off your monthly coaching fee. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.